This is the Ford F-250, they call it the Super Duty, and it's a vehicle I'm taking for a test drive. It's a 2019 model. I thought it was going to be the 2020, but looking at the transmission thing there, it's only got 6 gears, whereas this year's model's got 10. Now, just a few things. You got all these different gauges on it. The gauges are really clear, crystal clear, easy to read. The tyre pressure is all over the place, which probably may explain why the thing's a bit wondery. And then you got your digital speedo, all this other information. There's your transmission temp. So yeah, you got all the gauges and what have you. It's quite nicely laid out actually. It's very nice, very clear. Looks nice and modern, so that's good. So much space. It's got an absolute acreage in here. You could really lay out with lots of room. It's fantastic. So the interior is actually quite good. Very pleased. It's interesting. I've drove along this road when I came into town. I'm in southern New South Wales, and I drove it in the Ranger, and it's just interesting to compare it to the F-250. The F-250's got a lot more grunt. My God. But then again, the Ranger is pretty heavily laden, but even so, even empty, it'd never catch this thing. And it's very quiet, very refined, which is very nice on a long drive. And it, as I said, it gets up and goes, so that's really pleasing. As I said, the steering isn't nowhere near as good as the Ranger. It really does wander a little bit, and it's a bit, well, not much wander, but it's very vague, and that's it needs some attention there. Maybe it's the tyres, but I don't know. I think it might be more than that. And yeah, the ride is a little bit stiff, but it's okay. It's better than I thought it was going to be. A bit like when the Ranger was empty after I put the heavy duty, the GVM upgrade. But once I put the weight in the Ranger, it settled down, so it was quite nice, and I'm sure that the same would happen with this thing. Yeah, no, it's all good. So that's my review of the F-250 from the inside.